Halloween is becoming huge now.
Oh, it's exploded, man.
Yeah, especially in these past like 5 years, I think.
So I feel really lucky to have kind of, grew up and witnessed it, evolve because, so I think I've mentioned a couple times, I did homestay every year when I was in high school.
Yeah.
And so I was in Osaka. And when I first started coming here, it's like no one's ever heard of Halloween.
What year was that?
Oh my God, you're going to make me think about this. Let's see.
In 1925.
Back in my day. So I am 31 right now, and I would be 14. So that was 17 years ago?
17 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
17 years ago was 2003, 2004.
Oh.
2004.
That doesn't feel good to say.
It's okay.
But anyways, yeah, 17 years ago, that was the first time I came here. And so I originally came in the summer. So I didn't get to experience it, but no one's heard of Halloween when I talked with people. And then 3 years later, I came during fall.
Yeah.
And I actually got to spend Halloween here. And it was kind of just like a small little quaint thing.
Yeah.
Like, so a couple people would like meet in costumes, like in Nanba, which is basically like Shibuya for Osaka.
Yeah.
And then when I moved here, so I've lived here for 5 years. When I moved here, I arrived late August. And my friend was like, dude, hey, Halloween's coming up. Like, what are your plans? I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean plans for Halloween? Like, oh, yeah, just get a costume and let's just go to Shibuya. It's like, okay, well, where? It's like, no. Just
go to Shibuya.
Just go to Shibuya.
Yeah.
You're fine. So I agreed. And so, like, we went to Shibuya and it was crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Like you don't even have to go places. Like literally the streets are so packed that you can't even bring cars there.
Yeah.
And there's foreigners, there's Japanese people. It's like it's a mix of everybody. And everyone's just kind of out in the streets drinking and doing crazy things.
Yeah, so like in the States you would have everyone's wearing costumes, but you would have places where people would go have a party or something or at a club or something.
Yeah.
But in Shibuya you don't really even have that. It's just everyone's just hanging out in the streets. The whole area just becomes a big party, and people take pictures with each other.
Yeah,
their costumes. Yeah, I remember I went there in 2000. I went there in 2016. I was surprised at how many people were there.
It's insane. It's gotten a little bit more regulated now. Because I was actually there was a big incident about a car getting tipped over.
Oh yeah, right.
I was there.
Oh, you were there.
I was there
man.
when that happens. Yeah. I literally saw the car.
Yeah.
It was such a weird experience because so it's like it was probably about 2 or 3 in the morning.
Yeah,
and it's like at that point like everyone's pretty drunk.
Everything happens.
At that point,
yeah.
Right? And it was kind of weird how fast everything happened, because it's
so you actually saw it happen.
Oh yeah, I was literally there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I got to experience like I saw it on the news like the next day. I was like, oh yeah, I was standing right there. But it's yeah, it was like everyone's pretty drunk, and there was like the cops started lining up, and it's like once you see cops lining up, you kind of know that something probably bad is about to happen.
Yeah.
And but everyone was still kind of like in a party mood, and then it just quickly like at like the snap of a finger, everyone was like, I guess we hate the police now.
Really?
Yeah. So like people started like yelling at the cops and everything.
Really?
And then like I think there was a fire that got started too. And then a car got tipped over.
Yeah, it gets wow, I had no clue. I mean, I saw in the news that a car got tipped over, but I didn't know. Wow.
Yeah. Well, it's so the thing that I find kind of comical about it is how big of a news story that ended up being, because it's like going back home, it's like, dude, it would never be national news that a car got tipped over.
Dude, well, so here's the thing, right? Like this is. And it's funny because I see this because